All right, guys. So as you know, 3 days after the official end of the NFL season, and James Cook has spoken out saying he wants $15 million a year. Now, not only did James Cook state this, but he also the same day unfollowed the Buffalo Bills and deleted most of his Buffalo Bills pictures on Instagram, besides the picture of him at the Pro Bowl. But my biggest issue with this, and it's not to say that I don't think that James Cook deserves to be paid like a premium running back because he had an outstanding season, 16 rushing touchdowns, 18 total touchdowns on the year. The guy was a beast, really developed a nose for the end zone. Not denying that. And I'm aware that we have not had a running back in Buffalo Bills franchise history besides O.J. Simpson 50 years ago score 16 rushing touchdowns in a season. So I'm aware of the historic precedents that James Cook has set with this season. And the fact that a running back in a Buffalo Bills uniform hasn't done that in 50 years says a lot. And I commend him for that. James Cook is the fucking man. I love James Cook. But I don't care for the way that he's handling this. To me, it seems very Stephon Diggs-esque. It seems very diva to me because, first of all, we don't even know our 2025 salary cap for the year yet. So to demand a number like that when we don't even know our salary cap seems a little harsh. And I understand he wants to be paid like a premium back and he deserves it. But when you look at the other running backs, Derrick Henry makes $8 million a year. Saquon Barkley makes $12.5 million a year. I don't think that James Cook is better than either one of these running backs. Of course, you could also point out the fact that Jonathan Taylor makes $14 million a year, and I think James Cook and Jonathan Taylor are pretty close. I think that if Jonathan Taylor was on the Bills, he'd probably be putting up similar numbers because it is an outstanding offensive line. It's the best offensive line the Bills have seen in a long time. So James Cook has to give his credit to the line as well for his production. But either way, me personally, I think James Cook deserves $12 million a year plus incentives. And I think that's very respectful, considering that he'd be making as much as Saquon Barkley, because he ain't no Saquon Barkley. And he'd be making more than Derrick Henry, who is also better than him. And he'd be right in that sweet spot, I think, of a reasonable amount to pay him a year. Because the one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to go back to the drafts and spend another 4 years looking for a James Cook. Because after we lost LaShawn McCoy, it took us 4 years till we found James Cook in the draft, of pretty much drafting running backs every year in those 4 years. So I don't want to go into Josh Allen's early 30s trying to look for a replacement running back of that caliber. So I do want to hang on to James Cook. I think it's easier to pay him, but I just think that to go about it handling it like this when, let's be honest, this past year, Buffalo Bills had one of the best locker rooms in the league, hands down. So you want to keep that positive locker room that everybody eats, not a selfish attitude, and James Cook is aware that we're over here with our eyes on Myles Garrett, and we're trying to move money around and make that work. So to be as selfish to say, I want $15 million and I'm going to unfollow the Buffalo Bills until they give it to me, and then on top of that, a few days later, he posted this, an hourglass, putting more pressure on the Bills that the time is ticking. To me, that's saying that James Cook will go anywhere the money is. And I understand that it is that business, and you do have to go where you can make your money. But I think when it's the difference between $12 million versus $15 million, and in that ballpark, you should have the good of the team in your mind. And if he has to take a little bit less than $15 million so that the team can be better and go get Myles Garrett and make other moves and move cap space around for other players, I think that he should be a team player in that sense and be willing to take a little bit less. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think we should give James Cook $15 million a year. Let me know if you think that he's worth that. Let me know what number you would say is a fair number to pay him. I'm disappointed in James Cook for this move. You know, I got to be honest, because it's not good for the locker room. It's not good to have this demanding attitude, and also to unfollow the Buffalo Bills. It seems kind of like a childish move, right? This seems like a Stephon Diggs type of social media diva action that I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Let me know what you guys think, though. Let me know if that also bothered you. I just think there's better ways of handling this. I know that plenty other players have their own ways of, voicing their opinions on how much they think they should be paid, but I think unfollowing the Buffalo Bills 3 days after the season ends, putting us in that dilemma, Not to mention that he also has one more year left in his contract. So we don't even technically have to offer James Cook a new contract at all. We can make him play out his last year. So I think it's worth the conversation, and I think that the man deserves to get paid, but I don't like the line of actions that he has taken to kind of put the squeeze on the Buffalo Bills, so to speak. But let me know what you guys think. Also, if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you like the Buffalo Bills and like more content like this, go ahead and hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe button, but drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. But that's all I got for you guys. See you next time. Go Bills.